Welcome to Sports Talk with the Jersey Guys. We do nothing but sit around, drink beer, and talk sports. I'm Mike Miller. I'm joined by David Hesselfeld and Mike McConville.
Sup?
And we're getting ready to do our Take It or Leave It segment for this week. Our first topic is, guys, take it or leave it. The NFL changing the rules for the regular season overtime to match the rules of the postseason overtime.
We'll let you go with this one first.
Okay. To match the rules for the postseason overtime, I will take it because that's what they have on the table. Okay? I like the rules that they have in place. Are they the rules I would want? Hell no. No.
Are you talking about the overtime rules?
Yes.
You do like those?
Well, the ones that they have, if they're going to take the ones for the playoffs and put them into the regular season, I'm okay with that if they're going to stay with it. But are those the rules that I want for the overtime? No. My personal opinion, play 8 more minutes. Duke it out, 8 more minutes. Then whoever scores the most points within those 8 minutes wins.
But what if no one scores in that 8 minutes?
Then we go for. Then we do a Donovan McNabb thing and wonder if there was a tie. I didn't know we tied.
Hating on the Donovan. Is this what it's come to? Talking about Tim Tebow, Payton Manning, and then hating on the Donovan.
Farf watch!
Oh, come on!
All right. Take it or leave it, Mike.
I have no idea what to say about that one. I give up. I'm going to leave it. The only good overtime rules that I've seen is the college rules. It's because they go at it for as long as it takes to get a definitive winner. No sudden death. It's fair. And no one really gripes about it. It may go on a little bit too long.
Yeah.
But, come on. Does it really... We don't really see 4, 5, 6 overtimes in college.
Not too often, no.
No. Maybe once, twice a year.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's done by the second overtime. So since it's NFL, start them on the 35. College starts on the 25.
Yeah.
So I say 35. Team scores, gets a touchdown. The other team gets a chance to get a touchdown. And then we just keep going back.
Isn't that kind of what it is right now for the playoffs? The team cannot win by a field goal.
Well, no, that's what it is for one drive each. And then it goes to sudden death.
Yeah.
But it's not fair. Because then you have one team with 2 drives, they score, game's over. And then the one team only gets 1 drive in overtime. That's not fair.
Yeah, but you got to admit, at least the playoff one is better than the one they have in the regular season.
Oh, definitely.
True, but it's
still not the best. No,
right.
No.
College overtime is definitely the best.
I still say play out 8 more minutes, go to another quarter, play another 8
I agree with
minutes.
you on that.
You know, no ties. We don't need a tie.
I say make it like the NBA.
Yeah.
Just keep going with it.
The college rules don't end in ties.
Yeah. Well, same thing. It might be quicker actually that way at that point.
Because one team scores a touchdown. The other team still has a chance to get a touchdown. And they don't.
Yeah.
Game's over.
Yeah, I can see how it won't be as long. So
timing will probably all average out at the end.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
All right, guys. Take it or leave it. The changes to Bristol.
I'll let you go first.
Well, the way they have it now, it's progressive banking in the corners from I think it's 32 degrees on the bottom, 34 in the middle, and then at the top groove is 36 degrees. Granted, it's great racing, but it's not what you think of when you think Bristol Motor Speedway. When you think of Bristol Motor Speedway, you think Dale Earnhardt giving a bump and run Terry Labonte, wrecking him coming out of turn 4.
Crashes.
Terry Labonte crashes and still takes the win. And then there's another time where it's the same 2 drivers on the backstretch, Earnhardt gets the win. That's what I think Bristol should be. It shouldn't be, we can run 3 wide all day. And the only cause...
they can't run 3 wide.
Well, you get my point.
Yeah, I get your point.
And, NASCAR's phantom caution comes out for debris. It's just not Bristol. I shouldn't say we, but I want bumping, banging, drivers pissed off at each other. That's what I think of
That's entertainment
when I think of Bristol.
Guys, I'm leaving it. I love the racing at Bristol at the most recent race. It was awesome. Two wide racing. It was racing. There was still some bumping. There was still some beating, some banging. But there wasn't these, oh, this guy's pissing me off. I'm just going to nudge him out of the way.
But that's Bristol.
It doesn't matter. It's all about the racing. If you want that, go to Martinsville. Bristol still put on a great show. The race at Bristol was awesome. The TV ratings were great. So what? It wasn't like old school. You got to remember, it's not just the track. It's also the new cars. The cars are different than back then. And
That is true.
they just redid the track. So who knows? Maybe in 2-3 years, it'll get back to the way it was more so. But the racing was still great. I still enjoyed it. There were still dramatics. There was still some action. There were still guys who were ticked off at the end of that race. It was great racing. I'm leaving it. I like the way it was. I enjoyed it.
There's just too many fans that don't like the way it is, and
Well, then get over it.
Well, NASCAR. I'm not a big NASCAR person. You guys know every time we talk about NASCAR, I yell at left turn.
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
you know,
we appreciate that.
yeah, but from what I do know about NASCAR, they are very old school. They don't like a lot of changes. Even if it's just little minor changes and stuff, they don't, for the majority,
They've
don't like
accepted
it.
a lot of them
They've
recently.
accepted
with
it.
the chase, the new point system.
They've accepted it, but it was so hard for them for a little bit to get used to the idea. Now, since they see the chase and now that people can actually come up from behind and actually be able to win, the chase, then, it's a little better. But
Well, the same could be said of Bristol. They
You know,
just
you
redid
know what
it.
I think the problem is now? Now that I think about it, I don't think it's Bristol per se. I think it's the car that they have. They're just they're too equal. The speeds for everyone. You can't pass.
yeah,
That's what makes it fair. That's what makes
But
it
you
come
can't
down to
pass.
the drivers.
Look
Oh,
at
you
look
can
at
pass?
Look at this past weekend.
Are you kidding me?
There was no cautions at 130 laps at
That's
Article
because
Speedway.
they can pass. They don't need to get into each other to pass. They can actually do it with driving around someone. They can pass.
Dude, most of the drivers are bitching because they can't pass.
Who?
I'm not allowed to say.
Oh my God. Okay, Warren Sapp. All right, you got one?
All right, guys. What do you think about Tiger Woods winning at the Arnold Palmer Invitation? We think he'll bring him back to dominance?
want to start?
Yeah, I'll start since I'm already on the roll here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that. I think this is more like a blip on the radar. I don't think he's ever going to get back to the way he was before the whole cheating sex scandal incident.
Watch out, ladies. He's back on top.
Oh yeah. I just can't see him recover. Mentally he's not tough enough. He's gonna have the lingering knee issues and elbow issues, and all his medical issues are gonna be constantly lingering. I understand it is golf. You can play until you're later in your age, but I just can't see him going back to where he was. And the biggest thing is his competitors don't fear him anymore. They're not afraid of him, which I personally think was half of his dominance, was the intimidation that he put on everyone else.
I strongly disagree with you. I think this is going to be the start of something new for Tiger. One, yeah, I agree he's never going to beat the old Tiger. I will agree on that. But, one, this is momentum. Coming into the Masters, his confidence is up. Okay, he won by 5 strokes.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing a big...
He won by 5 strokes, which could have been up to 7 to 9 strokes because he had some 3-putt holes.
Yeah.
So it could have been larger than that. Walking down through 18, that big old smile, the tipping of the hat, he's getting his confidence up. He's getting his momentum up. They even have him odds. One person has him a 4-1 favorite in Vegas as winning the Masters.
He needs to turn back into Tiger of old, minus the sex scandal stuff.
Yeah, he needs that cockiness, and he needs, he's getting that momentum, that fist pump thing that he does.
Black guy being cocky.
But I'm telling you, this I think this is going to be a really good start. If he's going to be the old Tiger, no. But as him being in dominance, yeah. I think he's going. He went from ranked 17th, I think, to ranked 6th now in the world PGA, which was that one win.
I actually think he was ranked 14th.
Was it 14th?
Top 10.
Yeah, he's ranked 6th now, I think, or something like that.
Still, it's fine. He's going to get better. I just don't see him being a dominant force. I see him being more like a guy who shows up and can win, is expected to win, but isn't going to win the way he used to.
He
I
wants
don't
to
think he's
shatter
going to
that
catch
win
Jack.
record.
I don't think
He's only
gonna
one
do
game
it.
behind. One. He's only one behind for majors.
No, he's more than one behind.
Yeah, he's more.
You
than
sure?
one.
He's like
Yeah.
4 or 5 behind.
Yeah, he's
No,
a
I
couple.
thought it was one
No,
for
he's,
majors.
He's like 4 or 5 behind.
Okay. I could be wrong.
He might be one behind for just regular PGA wins,
That's probably it. He's probably one behind
but
PGA.
I know he's at least 4 behind for majors.
PGA wins. I think he's like 10 behind. Because there's a guy in front of Jack Nicklaus. I can't remember his name.
Just can't see
But he's
him.
like 10 games behind.
I don't care.
I just can't
The
see
thing
him
of it
with
is-
5 more
no.
majors.
Tiger wants it. I think he wants it because otherwise he would have hung it up.
I doubt it.
I think.
That's what he does.
He's also almost. He
Broke.
also
Yeah.
paid a ton of money out, so he needs the money.
Well, Tiger has his money. Okay, I'm not. Money's not about.
That's true.
He's a
That's true.
competitor. He wants to win. He wants that title. He wants to be known as the best. And what way to be known as the best? To go from your lowest to low to go right back up to the top and be the best again.
Sounds like Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if he goes and he wins the Masters this week and dominates, then I
He'll
will
kiss
give
his
in to
feet.
you.
You'll kiss
Then
his-
I will give in to you and say he's back. But until I see that, until I see him dominate a major, no.
All right, guys. Next question.
Well, Sean Payton's going to be suspended for a year. So, guys, take it or leave it. Sean Payton doing some TV work for ESPN or, Fox, CBS, NBC, NFL Network. What do you guys think?
I think it'd be good if Roger Goodell would let him do it. Because, he's not allowed to have any contact with the team or anything.
Well, if
Yeah.
he's a studio analyst,
It just would be a good idea. He can lend a lot of insight to the teams and, help the audience understand concepts of what the offenses are running for whatever teams are on TV that day, and help with, with the defensive stuff, break it down. So you don't have, just a few analysts telling you what they think. You can have one guy who's just going to be there for a short time,
who's currently in it,
Yeah, exactly.
pretty much.
Not giving that old school look at things. Sean Payton giving the new school look.
I agree with you a little bit there, but as a person that would be, as in like our group, to have somebody else come in and sit there and talk, especially knowing what he did, I don't think I would be too comfortable with him there. I wouldn't trust him too much. I wouldn't take his word for much of things.
But you gotta look at it. It wouldn't be the panelists.
I
Whoever
understand it would be the
showed-
network or whatever that would bring him in and everything like that, but I think there would just be too much animosity of whatever network they may try to bring him into.
That's
Look
true.
at this guy using big
And-
words.
Yeah, animosity.
There-
Ah!
You think
But-
about it, there'll probably be a lot of awkwardness there.
Yeah, I mean, okay,
Tiptoeing around
if he were to go
things.
to what the NFL Network, Warren Sapp's there. Warren Sapp's telling people that Shockey went ahead and leaked everything out. You don't think that Peyton's going to call Warren Sapp out on that?
That's true.
That's why he probably won't go to the NFL
But,
Network.
but I'm just saying,
Well, still,
you get
There's guys in every network
Yeah.
who sure have a bad feeling against it, period.
yeah, and then
I think there's one reason that John Gruden doesn't talk bad about anyone. I mean, whenever
Because he knows
Yeah.
everyone.
yeah,
I also think deep down inside he might want to go back.
yeah.
But wait, I'm getting off topic.
Okay, but
Continue.
I just think it would be bad. I think it would actually be bad for Peyton himself, just because of the simple fact that being around those people and
Mhm.
everything like that may put a negative vibe on him.
You know what? To be honest, I'm with you. I think you should just take a year off. Just take some time off, recharge.
Go fishing.
Do
you
something.
know?
Not a lot
Go
of head
go
coaches
play with
get to
Favre.
do.
Go buddy up with Favre.
Yeah,
you
there's
know.
not a lot of head coaches that get to do this.
No.
Pretty much have.
But
a
And
year
to
vacation.
probably
he doesn't really want to do that.
No, he doesn't
But
want
you take the best out of it.
But if his job is secure, then why not take a break? Why try to put yourself into the situation
Go take a
where
nap.
get all that animosity? Cryogenics. Go freeze yourself for a year. And come
Yeah.
back,
Spend some
why
time
not?
with the kids.
All right, next question.
All right, guys. Take it or leave it. Dwight Howard playing with the Magic after next season.
I'll let you go first.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was a
I'm
double
gonna-
toss.
I want to hear what you have to say
Okay,
first,
okay.
and I'll respond to you, good madam.
All right. I'm gonna. I have a tough time with this because I think if the Magic go and they do well this year, they make it to the Eastern Conference, maybe even the NBA Finals.
I think for Howard,
And
it's
then-
win or bust. It's win or he's out.
Well, yeah, of course it is. But if they go next year and they struggle in the beginning part, I think he's just going to get traded. And if not, I don't think he'll re-sign. But basically, it all depends on what they do this year. Howard only said, I will come back for next year. He will not opt out. He didn't say anything about signing an extension. He said he will be back next year. And if they're struggling next year, I can't imagine him wanting to go there. He's staying there this year basically for the sheer fact of not wanting to disappoint his fans and his teammates and the locals who have been very good to him. And he knows that. He doesn't want to hurt them. And his teammates, that's a strong team. That's a big nucleus that's been together for a while. I just think he wants to give them one more shot. And that's next year and maybe, this year and maybe next year.
It depends. They could go out this offseason and get some good players, some good supporting cast. Maybe free up some cap room. Go get Darren Williams from New Jersey because his contract's done after this season.
Yeah.
Two of them do want to play
I
together.
honestly think he'll stay there if they go get Darren Williams.
Okay.
If they don't get him,
Oh, yeah.
Darren Williams is going. If he doesn't go play with Dwight, he's going to play at the Mavs next year.
That's a
That's his-
possibility, yeah.
Well, it's his hometown.
Yeah.
They freed up cap room to get both of them. So I don't know.
Definitely, if the Magic are able to get Darren Williams or someone of that caliber, a free agency
He'll
or a
definitely
trade,
stay.
he'll stay because that's the whole thing he wants is he wants a big free agent acquisition.
Right.
Well, that's the thing, and this is why I don't think Dwight Howard's going to stay. Is because he doesn't want to be number one. He can't be number one on a team.
Yes.
He has to be
He wants to
1B,
be a Shaq.
or he has to be a number two. He cannot be the main
He wants
focus.
to be Big Diesel.
Yeah, he
You
wants
know,
to be a
He,
Shaq.
he doesn't want the
wants to have
offense
his
to run
Kobe.
through him.
He wants to have his Kobe.
Exactly. He just can't. I don't say he can't, but I'm just saying that I just don't think he has the will to do it all on his own.
I agree
He
with you.
needs that other person, and if Magic won't do it, if they're not going to do it, then he's going to go somewhere else.
He's going to go somewhere that they will do it for him,
Yeah, exactly.
even if he has to take a pay cut.
I don't think he'll take a pay cut.
No,
Well,
I don't think
Depends-
anybody would
depends on
actually
the
pay for the pay
situation.
cut.
it depends on the situation. If he wants to get himself in like a Miami Heat situation, not saying he'd go to the Heat,
Yeah.
but that
They
type
have
of
no cap
situation.
room to sign him.
I didn't say go to the Heat. I said that type of situation with the three superstars.
What other team has 3 superstars?
They don't have to have it right now. There is free agency this year.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. With Amari Stoudemire getting injured, what are the chances that the Knicks make the playoffs?
You know what? I'm going to go 100%. I think the Knicks are going to make the playoffs. And why? Defense, defense, defense. Since this new coach, their defense has been 10 times better.
So,
Well, D'Antoni's had him running
Yeah.
around and everything.
They went 100 times better because they didn't play any defense with D'Antoni.
But they're playing defense now. That's the key.
They're also playing for this guy. They're not really
Exactly.
playing. They weren't playing for
Even
D'Antoni.
freaking Melo is playing defense.
Which
When
is
does
so
Melo want to
unheard
play
of.
defense?
He doesn't.
He doesn't. And then with Amari being out, in a kind of a way, it may be a blessing for the team. Because now Melo could be Melo. Melo and Amari, they have almost the same type game. They like to be almost in the same area. General area.
But Stoudemire's the big guy
True.
under the rim.
True.
Melo's the shooter
The
on
shooter.
the outside.
Yeah, but
But-
Melo's also the guy who can drive it.
Yeah, Melo likes to go in. And if you got Amari right there, he's not going to go in as much.
He's
now,
gonna
granted,
consider
Melo's they're
passing.
probably going to take probably way more shots than he probably should. And stuff. But I think this is good. And the way the coach has it going, you don't see Jeremy Lin with a huge amount of minutes anymore. You're
True.
now starting to see Baron Davis and Jeremy Lin getting about almost the same amount.
Right.
So, and from what I understand, this coach doesn't like young, rookie type point guards. Or guards, in fact. No, he likes the veterans. So you see Baron Davis getting more and more time because he knows more. They share the time. They play good defense. Yeah,
Right.
I think they'll make the playoffs.
I've left my last 3 topics, so I'm leaving this. Come on. They're not that good. Talent-wise, they're good. But right now, they're just playing for this guy. They've got a tough stretch of a lot of good teams that they got to play. They still got to play the Sixers, Miami, the Celtics, Orlando. They've got to play some West Coast teams. Amari could go either way, whether it helps him or hurt him. Lynn's been hurt. That could go either way, whether it helps him or hurt him.
But they also play these sucky teams. If they beat these sucky teams, they can squeak into a number 8 spot. Number 8 or number 7.
They do, but they also play good teams. And the East is better than it's been in years.
You know,
there's
going far in the playoffs? No. But I still think that they are going to be at least an 8 or 7 seed going in.
I think they can do it. I just don't think they will.
No, they're going to play with this guy. As long as defense still goes. As long as he's preaching his defense. And this guy talks to his players. You ever seen him sitting on D'Antoni when people come off the court, going onto the bench? He doesn't say a word. This guy's in people's faces, telling them what to do, what to not to do. This guy, this coach, they want to play for because why? He's getting their respect.
Yeah, but eventually that's going to get old, especially with a guy like Carmelo. Some guy
they
in
only
his
got
face.
A month left?
Yeah.
They got a month left to the playoffs.
But this is going to be a make or break month.
And it's going to be make for him.
Especially once the pressure's on and this guy's in Carmelo's face. Carmelo's not going to like that. Once he has the pressure and know that this team's on the bubble,
well,
it's going to be tough.
But as of right now, he has Melo playing defense, okay? Who can really say that much?
Right now, but that's because the pressure cooker ain't on all the way. As soon as that pressure gets cooked up and they're sitting there in the bubble, 1-2 games out with 5 games left in the season, and they know they've got to win,
they're going to pull through. That defense, I think their defense is going to pull through.
I guess I'm just the pessimist today because I don't see it.
A pessimist pisser.
Do you really see Milwaukee, Cleveland, Detroit, Toronto? Pretty much just, do you really see Milwaukee overtaking the Knicks for the 8th spot?
I could. I could see it. Milwaukee's had a decent team.
New York is 25-25.
And
Milwaukee is 22-27.
And you know what? Don't count out the Cavaliers.
They're 17-30.
Yeah.
How many games back are they?
Don't count out the 17-win team.
How many games back are they?
7.
7?
6.5. 6.
That'll be kind of close. They would need a big collapse for the Knicks, but they have been playing their best basketball.
The Knicks will come in as an 8 or 7 seed.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on this Take It or Leave It segment.
Crazy segment.
Sports Talk with the Jersey guys. That definitely got a little heated there.
With the
heated.
No,
a little bit.
But the bunny out of the hat was nice.
Yeah, the bunny out of the hat, except for the fact it's going to get edited out. You guys have to wait for the bloopers to see that one.
It's only been
25 minutes. We can leave it in.
All right, yeah, we probably can.
All right, yeah. We'll leave it in.
You're going to get a special. You're going to see the bunny out of the hat.
Well, not literally, but the expression.
Yeah, the expression.
It's cool.
All right, guys. Make sure you catch us on our next episode. This is Sports Talk with the Jersey guys.